worship is glorifying something. It's recognizing the greatness of something. It's something that makes you put time and energy and thought and emphasis on something else. And unfortunately, that can be yourself. A lot of people worship themselves and put a lot of time and energy into that, and they put a lot of their lives and hearts into worshiping themselves or other people. Celebrities are worshipped incessantly, and I think the things that we worship are the things that most consume our thoughts. And so if a girl most consumes your thought, well, that's probably what you're worshiping rather than God. And if a test or a class is consuming your thoughts incessantly, more than the Lord, that's probably what you're worshiping. And I think that everybody has a God. It's just not always the God. And I think that people always worship their gods. And their gods can be anything from celebrities to a religious figure to themselves to the actual God of the universe. And so I think the things that worship to me means recognizing the greatness of your God, whatever that is, whatever you devote your time and talent and treasure to. I would define leading worship as like leading anything. It's kind of like follow the leader. I don't know if you've ever had this happen with you, but when you get into a conversation with somebody that struggled with the same thing you've struggled with, and neither of you have said anything about it yet. So say, for example, there's a guy that's struggled with smoking and like smoking dope, and he's talking to another kid that struggled with it. As soon as one of them says, I've really struggled with this, or if it's pornography or something, and someone goes, I've really struggled with this, the other person immediately feels completely free to say, I have too. And there is a freedom in honesty and in authenticity. And I think the same is true for worship. That if other people see you completely surrendered to the Lord the way that they wish they could be, if they see you as honest as they wish they could be, they will be totally free to be that honest back. I think the way that I personally try to usher people into the presence of the Lord is by going there myself. And I know that if I'm not there, I'm not leading other people there, because I can't lead people to a place I'm not. I can't lead people to a place that I haven't been, or I'm not planning on going. My musical influences are different depending on what we're talking about. For songwriting and worship leading, I feel like my biggest musical influence is John Mark McMillan, because he has that rawness and realness that so many people seek. Because so many people are living a lie, and people thirst for authenticity. And I think that he delivers that. I think many Christian artists sit down and go, we're going to write a song about God. I think John Mark McMillan sits down and goes, I'm going to write a song. And God pours out of him because that's what's in his heart. The Bible says, from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. I think that's true with him. I think that he realizes that your walk with Christ is hard, and it's brutal, and it's messy, and can get gross and disgusting, but it's real, and it's a love that's real. It's not a storybook love that makes you feel good. It's a love that breaks you and challenges you and makes you work, but it's satisfying. I think John Foreman is also very, very real and not afraid to talk about things that are gross and icky and messy. And I really like that a lot. Brennan Manning, he said, I love this quote so much. Brennan Manning said, God expects you to fail more than you expect yourself to, because he is far too realistic to believe that your walk with him is going to be an unbroken upward spiral toward holiness. And when I heard that for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, wow. He's right. I oftentimes don't give God credit for being at least as realistic as I am. And I feel that John Foreman writes in that way. He realizes that he's messed up, and he realizes the world's messed up, and it's okay because Jesus lives. Electric guitar-wise, my three biggest influences are John Mark McMillan's guitarist. I don't even know his name, but he's sweet, and I really love The Edge quite a bit from U2. He's really, he colors in the picture that the rest of the band paints with the way he plays guitar. And I really like that a lot. I really think the electric guitar is a instrument to come alongside of and embellish the music. It's not a necessity. So those would be my musical influences, I think.